Boom! Here we are. Welcome to episode 104 of Making It Up as We Go. Running in at the very last moment here, trying to get stuff fixed up here. so, welcome everybody. Hope everybody's having a great evening. Thanks for joining us. I'm on location here. This is the last time, and good times, fun times. Let's get into everything. Mr. Sean, what have you been up to, sir?
Well, today's actually been a fun day. We had a club barbecue. It was a hobo hot dog barbecue.
What's a hobo hot dog?
It's from one of the train clubs. It was from our the T-Track group, which is kind of fun. And we all just get together and just pretty much. I'm the. I hope I didn't poison anybody, but I was the grill master.
Oh, there you go.
But other than that, I've been having fun. Working on that large scale train, the 7.5-inch scale, and I've come up with something, a prototype, and that should be done shortly. Actually, I hope.
Sweet.
So yeah. Other than that, yeah, enjoying life.
There you go. That's all you can do.
Mm-hmm.
That is all you can do. What about you, Mr. Paul? What have you been up to?
Hey, I made this today.
Uh-oh. Nice. Very cool, sir.
It's got a little tea light in here.
Yeah. That's pretty sweet. Where'd you find the design for that?
On freelaserfiles.com.
Oh, okay. Very
And
cool.
so I made that. I made this for my granddaughter.
Yeah.
It's
Have you
her
tried
birthday
it? Oh, it is her birthday today?
tomorrow.
Tomorrow's okay. Cool.
She, I don't know how much she'll want it, but she's turning 21, so she may not care about anything.
Tried you. That's
Maybe
pretty.
you should have made that to be able to put a shot in.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, I made that today, and it's a nice little pattern.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks cool. Very cool. I'm sure she'll enjoy it since Grandpa made it for her.
Oh yeah, she'd better.
If she knows what's good for her.
She's easy to please. She likes anything I give her. It's
That's good.
That's a neat piece. I'm pretty sure she'll be happy.
Yeah.
oh, I think so. I'm just being sarcastic, but yeah. I have a question about your hobo barbecue. Do you have to dress as a hobo or not shave? You have to. Is that why you don't
I
shave?
blended right on in.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. We had little hobo stoves, little coffee can. You poke the holes around it, throw a fire under it, put your hamburger. Yeah.
Push around the shopping cart.
No, hobos don't really do that. They kind of hide out in the woods and then catch trains going from point A to point B.
You have a stick with a bag on the end of it over your shoulder.
With all your little necessities to survive.
All your necessities, yeah. Yeah. If you're a hobo, you don't need deodorant, so that makes the bag a little lighter.
Well, actually, I mean, we can get into the history of it. We're not going to, but if you look at the history of a hobo, it's really neat. The main reason why they started was to travel from point A to point B to actually get work and jobs and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a difference of a hobo and a bum and
right.
Or whatever it is. And it depends on if they have a place to live and if they're working or something like that.
And some of them actually had a place, a home, and they would travel to find work, and they'd jump trains. And it's really interesting.
Oh yeah,
Well, it's kind of different now. You find a lot of YouTubers doing it, but
yeah,
I'm not gonna lie. In my younger years, I've thought about just jumping a train just to ride it. It's.
My father-in-law, when he was young, this is back in the late 20s, early 30s. Mm-hmm. He used to jump trains just to see where they were going, and he'd get someplace, and then he'd have to figure out how to get back home. But, he and his brother used to jump trains just for the experience.
There's a couple of YouTubers I like to follow. One of them passed, but it was Hobo Shoestring, and just an interesting old guy, and that's how he got from point A to point B.
Hop the train?
Hop the train. Oh
No.
no, oh no, I'm being talked about right now. You know that, guys?
Oh
Oh,
yeah.
are you
Oh
over
yeah.
on Wilson's channel?
Kind of scary.
Are they saying bad things?
Well, hopefully not.
Hopefully they're saying, "Hey, go over and watch that show instead of this one."
Or
You
hey,
Right.
you might want to avoid that show.
Yeah.
know. I'm sitting here holding this microphone and the there it is. See, look there. Now this microphone will work. It's Jiminy Christmas.
You just have to hold your hand a certain way.
Yeah, no, I had it half unplugged, so right now I'm going through the camera, which I'm sure it sounds like garbage. Not that
Oh,
it sounds any better any other time, but
oh, it doesn't sound
No,
but I just switched it over, so hopefully it'll sound better for anybody out there that cares to hear.
you sound and look professional.
Oh yeah, most definitely,
Hey, you had
most definitely.
what was that? Wolfman Jack, the microphone. Didn't I send you a
Yeah,
SDF?
fun times. Um, Good deal. Well, for me, it's been down here on location this week. I have been printing this new project that I've been working on while I've been down here. And last night I started a print. That was a 20-hour print. And then last night, I knew it wasn't going to get through the whole night with the filament that was on there. So before I went to bed, I cut that filament and put a new roll on. And I guess something got jammed up in the extruder, so it didn't go. It didn't print. It printed there the rest of the evening, and then now it's something I don't have the stuff with me to tear it apart to get into and fix it. So my printing down here is done. I lost a rather large piece, but finished. It was like over half a kilogram of filament. So I mean, it was a pretty chunky part. But I didn't quite lose all of that because of it failed in the middle because of the operator error. But still, kind of hurts. I'm gonna when I get back up north, I'll see if there's a way I can save it, but I don't know.
I don't know if you can. I haven't tried it on the A1,
Yeah.
doing a cold pull.
Well,
Or
it's not in the. It's up in the extruder itself. It's not
oh,
in the nozzle. Yeah, I mean,
oh,
it's jammed up or broken up in there or something. I
you
don't
got
know.
wound in the gears.
Yeah, but I don't have any of the Allen keys to get in there and fix it. So,
Whoops.
oh well.
next time you come down, bring a set of Allen keys with you.
I probably should.
Little tool bag, mini tool
Yeah,
bag.
Yeah,
yeah, put it on a stick and have it over your shoulder.
yeah. Yeah. Well, what are you gonna do? So, but yeah, I mean, but printing like a rock star up until that moment, and was making really good progress. So, oh well.
Harry said better to print air than print spaghetti.
Yeah, it is true. Very true.
It didn't waste
And
any.
so Harry had a question out there. He was asking if anybody had updated to the latest Lightburn. Did
Yes,
did you mess with that, Paul?
I did. I uploaded the new version or downloaded the new version and installed it. And when I went to use it, everything on my laser worked backwards and
Oh,
I couldn't figure out. And I just had a terrible time with it. It would go places I didn't want it to go. It would frame right, but then when I went to burn it, would go someplace I didn't want it to go. So I ended up uninstalling it and reinstalling 1.7.02, and I figured I'll mess with it later.
there you go.
What is this one? Two, the
Yeah,
latest one.
Two.
Yeah, see, I just got the notice, and it's like, man, my subscription just ran out.
Oh,
Yeah, I think mine already ran out too, so I'm not going to be upgrading it, unfortunately, at the moment.
I'll let him work the bugs out myself.
Yeah.
I'll probably reinstall it sometime when I got lots of time to mess with it.
Sounds like you just need to go in and mirror it, reverse your X and
Yeah.
Y, or your X and Y.
Yeah. Yeah. Take a little tinkering. You'll get back on it there, Mr.
Oh
Paul.
yeah. Yep.
We also got Wade out there. He's got a burning question. Wade was asking, where's Mr. Hammerquist been? Mr. Hammerquist has just had a lot of stuff going on with work, and so he hasn't. He's been doing a lot of travel with work and stuff like that. So he's just been busy. He did put out, I think today, a new YouTube short of making a candy machine that he found on Maker World. It
Oh,
was pretty
cool.
cool, and go. Uh, go watch it half a dozen times. Let it play through like I did. Make sure you like it and leave him a comment on there. Let him know that he is loved and missed. So
Yeah, it sounds like he actually got a little bit of getaway today earlier.
Hey,
yeah.
he's out in the chat.
Oh, is he out there?
Yeah.
I don't know
Awesome.
He
what he's
joined to
doing.
watch for a bit.
Yeah,
Hey, we miss you, Paul.
yeah, heck yeah.
I don't
So
have nobody to razz.
Me?
No, yeah. I like doing razzing both of you guys.
I know you do. Because we can take it.
And see, it just rolls off Ryan's back. So
Yeah.
like,
Paul Scott says that Lightburn's already made an update, to maybe it'll
that was
fix that.
quick.
So yeah,
Well, they're always on top of everything.
there's Mr. Hammerquist out there. So very cool, very cool. It's good to see you, Mr. Paul. So good deal. Well, so yeah, so that's where I'm at the moment. And I did put out a video this week, two actually. I mean, the world's gonna end. It doesn't matter because neither of them are doing anywhere near as good as a 30-second short that I put out of me sitting on the beach talking about Facebook Marketplace.
You're doing way better than me, though.
I don't know. It's it makes you shake your head.
Yeah.
So it's pretty funny. But yeah, so I did I put out a video early in the week. It was one that I had filmed before I got down here and all that good stuff. It was on just my experience with the bamboo printers so far, and so that was fun.
Yeah,
And
the key
then
is you got to watch it all the way to the end, the very end. If you don't,
yeah, well, and tonight I'm telling you, Sean and Paul don't even know about this until right now when I'm saying it. Stay tuned to the very, very end of tonight's show. Uh, we've added something that hasn't been on the show for 104 episodes.
oh lordy,
Maybe you'll like it. So watch it all the way to the end. If you got to tune out sometime somewhere along the line, make sure you watch till the end and see something there.
dude, you got me nervous.
So, but well, my other video was on. I made. Everybody knows that I bought that helmet off of Facebook Marketplace, the Star Wars one,
The itty
and
bitty one.
I needed a place to hang it. So I made some Lego giant Lego pieces that I blew up to 1,400%. And Steve's saying, "What? We never tune out during the show." I know, Steve, you're loyal. I appreciate that, buddy. But there are some of those that aren't able to watch it all in one go. So, or turn it on and say, "What am I doing with my life?" and go do something else.
Well, there's times like myself, I'll sit back and I'll be working out in the shop. I'll
Yeah,
throw a video up and it'll be live or something. And I might not answer all the time, but it's going.
Yep. Yeah. So the other one, it was this helmet holder with giant Legos. I thought it was pretty cool. I put the model up on Maker World if anybody wants to print them out for themselves, and it turned out pretty cool. I like them. They're pretty neat. So it's kind of a hint towards what the next big project is. So we'll see.
Well, my honest opinion, if you're into Star Wars or actually any like my helmet over here, and you're into Legos, that's a must.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty cool. I enjoyed printing it out. I was looking for a different a helmet mount, and the ones that I was seeing were they were so plain. Like if you didn't have something on it, then it just kind of looked plain. And I was like, people make the giant Lego figures, and which is funny because Maker World won't let you use the word Lego at all. Like you can't even say it's Lego inspired. Like if the word Lego is not allowed on that website. It's pretty wild. They must have gotten a talking to by some lawyers or something. But yeah, it's pretty. I had fun. I like redesigned the bricks. So I used I found the actual dimensions of what they go by, and then rebuilt the bricks. So the outsides of the bricks are a true 14-1 ratio of the real brick sizes. And then, but I redid the insides of it so that it wouldn't need any supports and stuff, which I thought was pretty cool. And it was a fun project. Definitely a fun project to do. So, Paul says use brick or big brick for a keyboard. Yeah. Definitely learned that one. So, but maybe Mr. Hammerquist would do one of those as one of his shorts, YouTube shorts,
and hint.
Yeah, because I mean, I've got more videos. If you go to my channel and you look at the shorts, I was on the beach yesterday, and my wife had to come drive back here to our condo, and left me there for like 20 minutes. And so within 20 minutes, I filmed the short and posted the short and all that. And it's, I don't know, it's got like 1,200 views or something, 1,300 views on it right now.
I thought you were going to say in 20 minutes you bought 42 things off a marketplace.
Well, yeah. I put so it basically says, I should find, I'm sitting at the beach, I should find, somebody that's selling a fiberglass shark. And I put it up on my Facebook thing, and my wife was the first one that commented. She goes, "Do not send this man any links to fiberglass sharks."
Oh no!
Yeah, it was pretty funny. Oh yeah, it's pretty good. But anywho, it was pretty good. But it was fun. Much fun. So I'm actually heading back home on Monday evening, and so we'll be. I got lots of work to do back there. My laptop is falling on its face, and I can't get into email or anything at this point. So I need to get back to a computer that actually will work, and go, because like they're on the little computer that I use for streaming this. That's all that's on it, just to make sure that it doesn't get bogged down with anything. So I don't have any of my email passwords or anything into it, so I can't log into anything. So need to get back home and get that stuff done. But here we are. All right. Well, let's see here. Let's get moving here, and we'll get yakking on this week's videos and all that good stuff. We'll start off with those the Kickstarters that we've been talking about recently. Which one we got there? Oh, we got to do our sweet transition here. Sweet transition. Here it goes. Yeah.
Ooh,
Okay, well, that's because you need to figure out why the fridge won't shut because something's in the way. It's not that the door just randomly decides it won't shut. Mm, something's blocking the door. Good job. Good job, buddy. Good job. Yeah. So anyway, so we got the air dry we've been checking on. Looks like it's over with now, isn't it?
yeah, it looks like it.
Yeah. So
July 10th was the last update.
yeah. So it ended up a couple days ago.
600.
684 backers. Good for them. And they ended up pretty strong. It looks like. So that's their dryer setup and all that good stuff. So very cool for them.
See, you know what I love about that is you buy the hardware and then you print everything else.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's pretty sweet. Like to hopefully they'll do well. If anybody out there finds any cool Kickstarters that they want us to keep track of, just let one of us know so we can list it and keep an eye on it. There's only one other one that we were kind of keeping an eye on, and that's that polyfloss. And wah,
Wah, wah.
wah, wah. Yeah, did not make it, which was interesting because it was as you can see there, it was a project we love on Kickstarter. So even with Kickstarter's backing, I guess they didn't make it. So uh, too bad. I mean, it's a cool concept. It's just an expensive concept. I think you'd have to sell so much of that fluff to make it
Yeah.
worthwhile. But it's pretty cool. Maybe somebody will buy the design up or something. But
Yeah, or make it available to where they download the plans,
yeah,
DIY, yeah,
yep.
or bring the price down.
So good times. Well, hey, we'll see. We'll keep an ear out and see if they change stuff around. Maybe they'll come back with some changes or something that'll make it more viable as a project down the road. So it is what it is sometimes. It is what it is. So those are our Kickstarters that we've been watching. So like I said, if anybody knows of any that are coming up or anything, if you're getting a tester unit and you want us to just keep an eye on what's going on with the Kickstarter itself, give us a heads up and we'll keep an eye on it.
Yeah, if anyone backed this, I'd like to know.
Yeah, yeah. The getting the STLs and all that. I think it'll be a pretty cool project to have printed out and all that good stuff. So sweet. All right, well, let's move on to some of our videos then. We got Mr. Dave Gatton just put out a video on a skillet slab. These turned out really good.
They did.
Yeah. So a skillet slab is basically like a trivet for a skillet. Isn't that what they're?
Yeah, and I guess in one way it would be if you think about it. The whole idea is you're using the skillet to cook on, and then it's still hot. You throw it.
Yeah,
Consider
you throw it on the little cutting board looking deal, and
Earl Walker said that he backed that.
Oh, cool.
the filament dryer thing. Sweet.
Yeah.
Very
That
cool.
I can't wait to hopefully do a video.
Yeah. Oh, Jerry's got a question here real quick. Yeah, Jerry, I'm heading home on Monday evening. So we'll be back to normal for next week's show.
There used to be a restaurant that we'd go to, and this is how they brought out your food. And the first thing that I always say is, "Don't touch the skillet."
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Not.
Well, then Dave's talking about making hash brown casserole or baked
Oh
potatoes. All it did was make me hungry.
yeah, right.
Now I need some hash brown casserole. So,
I love how he just mass produced them for the
yeah,
whole set.
yeah. So he bought 6 of the skillets off of Amazon, and then made 6 of them. So him and Jack have at least 3 sets of skillets to keep themselves busy.
3 days of not needing to wash them.
Yeah.
I don't see
Yeah.
Dave doing that. Those look cool.
They
There you
do.
go. Yeah, they turned out really good. If Dave wanted to work, he would he could make a killing on those, I think. So
Oh yeah.
Mr. Gatton doesn't want a job.
A fun project to share.
Oh yeah, heck yeah. So and I don't know if Mr. Gatton wants to talk about this himself, but Mr. Gatton had something leave his 2 items leave his house this week. He said goodbye to his Ender 3s.
Yeah, I saw
Yeah.
that. Affordable too, so someone's going to be happy.
Yeah, I sent when he told me that he was listing them up on Marketplace. I was like, man, if I was anywhere near you, I'd come get them. I was like, yep, I'd be done. I'd take them. I mean, why not?
In a heartbeat.
Why not have 6 of them? So,
I'm curious if anyone's put Clipper on them yet.
oh yeah, it's Al saying here. Al saying, I like the Chinese kitchen beef with scallops. They sell and serve over a searing hot skillet. Delish. Yeah, heck yeah. The where was it? TGI Fridays used to do. I don't know. I don't know if they've all shut down now or if they're still some open in some places. But they had a sizzling chicken and cheese. Oh, that's what I always got. It was like 2 chicken breasts and then some mashed potatoes and it had like some cheese with some red peppers and red and green peppers sauteed in there. Man, it was good.
Man, you're making me hungry again.
Yeah. Yep. So, here we go. Kenneth is asking if we're going to do a show from the shop. I'd like to. I'd like to do a show from the shop.
I love that.
Yeah. I mean, if you right now, when I get back up there, if you really want to see a big sweaty fat man doing a show on a Saturday night, that's what we'd be getting right now. But yeah, at some point I'd like to do a shop show and have a good time with that. So we did just do fixed all the internet problems that we were having at the house. So hopefully we'll be able to do a show from there pretty soon.
Did you get your Cat 6 ran down there?
Yes, I did get the Cat 6 of all the way into the shop, but the thing that they had me buy at Best Buy was not the right thing, and so yeah. But my wife ended up. We were having overall just bad internet problems there at the house. Stuff was not working properly, so she got these the TP-Link Decos, which are it's like a mesh network type of thing. And they seem to be doing pretty good there at the house. So when I get back up there, I can start hooking my other stuff up there.
Hashtag Ryan needs a mini split.
Yeah. Let's work on getting the channel monetized. I mean, that'd be nice. Super chats and memberships are available. So. Let's see here. I love Famous Dave's when they used to bring your food out on a galvanized trash can lid. Yeah. Heck yeah. And Jerry's, oh yeah, fajitas, yum. Yeah. Heck yeah. So, let's see here. Yeah, I missed the Wolfman Jack look. When is that coming back? I mean, yeah, the hair only grows so fast. So I just got it cut a couple weeks ago. So it'll be a little while, at least a month until the Wolfman Jack look comes back. I have not shaved those since I've been here this time. So uh, the neck beard is thick right now. Definitely, it's thick. So yeah, there we go. Ryan needs a mini split. Heck yeah. Thanks, Dave. Appreciate that, buddy. No,
Oh,
yeah,
so Steve.
and so does Steve. Yes. Well, we should do hashtag Clack needs a Eufy. They're advertising the crap out of that thing right now. They're beyond the Kickstarter since the Kickstarter ended.
Mhm.
They're advertising like regular sales, and I want to say that they're talking about delivery in September, maybe something like that.
So
So I
that
mean, they must be crushing
that's
it
not
because
bad.
they have a ton of orders that they need to fill. Um, but yeah, so but yeah. Anyway, great video, Dave.
Yes.
Uh,
Thanks for making us hungry.
yeah. Thanks for the hungry. So all right, we'll move on then. This is Joran. We've talked about him a couple times, and this wasn't the actual video that I intended to put on here. I don't think. Because he just did a video on like on a coffee sign.
Oh,
But
let's find it.
no, it's all right. But that one that we're his caddy, it was a pretty cool project too. So um, yeah, he does some really good designs for his stuff. Some people in the chat were not happy about the coffee sign. They were like, "Oh, it looks so boring compared to your other ones." But I was like, "Man, it looks like a coffee shop sign.
I
Like
was gonna say that looks
that's
cool.
what it's supposed to look like."
I
So
can't please everybody.
yeah, but that was pretty cool though. He did good with it. On the other thing, the beer caddy thing, he was talking about the one section of it taking like 25 minutes or 27 minutes to engrave because of how far the head had to travel back and forth. Because you see how it's got like rope, the fake
Uh,
rope engraved on there.
that's pretty cool.
Yeah, and I was like, well, if you turn the design this way when you're cutting it, rotate it at 90 degrees, it would engrave all three, of those ropes at a
Mhm.
time, and then it would move all the way down to the bottom. So, you know, but
Or I found if
that's
you give them each your own color, then do it separately
oh
instead of
yeah,
both. Yeah.
that's a good idea too. Good tip. But when you're making videos and stuff like that, sometimes you're not thinking about it. You're thinking about the process of making the video much more so than streamlining stuff. So
True. There's your tip for the day, guys.
yeah, yeah, you can't post a video without hearing everyone's opinions. So,
But they're like, never mind. I won't go there.
hey, you know what? The opinions are fine because it's all engagement and it helps with your YouTube stuff. So
Very true.
I would really hope that somebody would tell me their opinions on my videos. All of the
I
negative.
do.
I
I
do
know.
too.
I know you do. You guys, I make videos just for you guys, and so that Dave can be first on the
Oh,
comment. Yeah.
yeah, he
So
was. He beat me to it.
yep. So, but very cool projects. It was pretty versatile because you could put whatever you wanted into that thing. All kinds of sauces and stuff like that.
Yeah, not just
We
beer
got talking
bottles.
about food again. Man, it's gonna be a long show. Meanwhile, I'm sitting here eyeballing up some gummy worms that are sitting here
Oh,
on the table. It's one of those days. All right. Well, but he's got those fill out files available if you want to buy them. Go to his site. The links are in the description here for that video, and go check them out.
Oh,
All
he's
right,
in.
we'll move on, and we'll go to Super Fast Matt. We've talked about Super Fast Matt a bunch of times over the past year. Um, this one, it was pretty fun though. I thought it was really relevant because he's making a camper out of his van, and he was talking about these bumps that he wants to put his bed in the camper sideways instead of long ways, so it takes up less room inside the camper. And so he designed a bump outy thing that will take the place of a window. And it was really funny because he goes, there's two ways that you can go about this. One will cost you $2,000 to buy one of these things. The other will cost you $2,000. You just get a free 3D printer with it. Yeah, it turned out really cool though. The big thing that it turns out he did it with like the carbon ASA carbon fiber filament, but he didn't cover the outside of it with fiberglass, and that was his downfall with it because I guess like after some heat cycles it cracked, and would let water in. So he went back and covered it with fiberglass and re-put it back on. But
You should have used goop.
yeah. It looks like it's a factory part, though. I mean, he did a heck of a job on it. I think the scanners are pretty awesome. I'd love to get a scanner. There's his race car. And that little Honda in the background there, that one, that's what started me watching his channel because he has a motorcycle engine in that little red car. I thought that was pretty cool. But yeah,
The MG.
Yeah. No, I think it's a Honda or a Datsun, something like that.
Datsun, yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet. It rips, that's for sure. But, let's see here. Yeah, Al saw this video already, and yeah, it had some where the parts were joined, they were cracked. So, but yep, he went back and fixed it and learned a lesson. Shot it with some bed liner and all that good stuff, and it's back on the van. So pretty fun.
Yeah,
I love his sense of humor.
I've used that bed liner and some stuff. It's a really cool material.
Yeah.
When I did the EMP rifle for our local Batman that does the charity stuff,
Yeah.
and it made it pop, and it didn't even look like you said. You can't tell it's a 3D print.
Yeah. That was funny too. He talks about the side of his van because he was like, "There's the old vans of the '70s and '80s. People would paint the sides of the vans, and they had wizards and dragons, and so he had this super fast mat. Somebody designed this super fast mat, and when you open the door, it defeats the dragon. It's pretty funny.
Cool.
Yeah, pretty awesome. A buddy of mine out in Spokane, Washington, he has like one of those old fans. Like it might as well just have "I have free candy" on the side of it. It's so 70s out and all that. His old creeper van. It's pretty awesome.
It used to be shaggin' wagons. Now it's a whole nother deal.
Yeah. So, but Super Fast Matt's camper van's coming along, evidently a little bit of progress. So sweet. All right. Also, we've got electric supercars. So this is a pretty cool channel. This guy, he has like a regular job doing something, but then he also does electric conversions and stuff like that for people. He started by making his own supercar, which started out as some sort of Porsche. I think might have been a Boxster or something like that. And then he made a new body for it and stuff. It's pretty sweet. And so now he's working on. I think this is a customer's of his F100 That's an electric. It's got a Tesla drive unit and all that good stuff in it.
Oh, cool.
But yeah, so he was making a frunk for the front because there's no engine in there anymore. I might as well use it for storage. So that part right there is a cover that he designed for it, and fiberglass, a big bit of it, and
He must have a chopper, fiberglass chopper. Well,
I don't
no,
think
it's
so.
all hand laid.
Yeah. They're all,
When he was working on it, it looked like it was chopped fiberglass.
yeah. There's the frunk itself and playing with his dog. Gotta love playing with the dog. And but man, this truck is going to be sweet.
See, I want to be called a bonnet.
What was that?
If the trunk's up front, isn't it considered a bonnet?
I don't know. I guess it depends on if you're in Europe or not.
That's a good point.
Yeah. I don't know. On Bugs, we always called it a trunk or hood or whatever. I don't know. Yeah, pretty cool. I liked his process though, because he made a plug with the 3D print and then fiberglassed it and ripped off the 3D print and ta-da! So,
it's fun, dog.
Pretty cool setup. I've got to really do some research and stuff like that on fiberglassing stuff because when I start my doggy project, that has been sitting in my shop, and I've had it for 15 years at least. And I need to build it before I can't get in and out of it anymore. But I like the fiberglass on it's pretty shot, so I'm going to need some work on it. But pretty cool video though on this. It was pretty neat. All of this stuff is really cool to watch because he's very talented with what he's working on. So
that looks like something you'd buy out of a factory.
Yeah, it does. And again, it's got that truck bed liner on it, just like Superfast Matt did. So yeah, it turned out pretty cool. I think he did also realize that he needed to put a drain hole in the bottom of it so that if it did get water or something in there, you can drain it out. But looks pretty sweet. All right, well, we'll keep on moving. We got printing perspective. This is a new Visic printer, which is a Venture XL. It's a 600 by 600 by 600 printer.
I love how it has the one inside of it.
Yeah. You put the small one inside there, and there's a ridiculous amount of room in it. It was kind of sad though because he did not have a whole lot of good things to say about the kit that he put together for it. So these are Visic. It's a Voron style printer. But the company Visic puts out a kit that has all the parts and all that. So you're supposed to follow directions and put it all together. But evidently, he did not have a really good experience with putting it together, and it didn't really function as well as it should have. So yeah, there's a big giant piece that he made for it.
A bad print.
Well, I from what he was saying in the video, it was pretty tough to get it to print pretty good, and the directions were subpar, and stuff was missing, and all this and that. So, but the hardware in it looks pretty cool, pretty awesome. I'd like to check something like that out at some point. That'd be pretty neat. Pretty cool. But
there's your next project.
That's a big machine. But after watching this video and his experience with it, I don't think I'd want this one. I think there's other ones out there that would be much more suited for purchase.
Did he say the price on this? I'm curious.
No, he didn't. that I'm aware of. But yeah, look how big that thing prints. It's huge.
If you can dial it in, which it looks like he did,
Yeah,
it might be worth a challenge.
yeah, it's pretty cool. I mean, when you're printing that big, you just got to have filament on hand because it's that thing's gonna eat.
Well, I
That's for
can
sure.
barely afford these guys.
Yeah, yeah. My wife was with this other project that I'm working on here. My wife's like, how much money are you spending on this stupid project? Because I've gone through. Well, by the time that I'm done with the white, just the white filament, it's six rolls of filament.
Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it's using almost all of it. And then there's there's a couple other colors that go in there too. So probably a roll of green and another roll of another color. So
Time to start buying bulk.
yeah, you're getting close to 10 rolls of filament in this project. So
Oh,
pretty
I can't
crazy.
wait to see.
Pretty crazy. I hope it's worth it. I hope at least 100 people watch this video. Oh man. Oh, it is what it is. So, but yeah, pretty crazy big printer. You know, pretty nuts. Anyway, we'll keep on moving. We got the Mountain Maker. He usually does more stuff on his print farm and products that he's selling and doing and all that. But he was doing some testing in this one because the Polymaker came out with a new high temp PLA. And they also, I guess, had sent him some, or he had bought some of the carbon fiber PLA or carbon fiber filament at the same time. And it was surprising because the carbon fiber filament was not strong at all, which was kind of surprising. His, he would go into his one shop that's not air conditioned, and he'd have he made some rudimentary brackets to hang up on the wall. He knew that they are not optimized for strength and all that stuff. Like it's just a simple L bracket, but he was hanging stuff on it just to see how much they would flex or bend over a couple days. And so he took these big clamps and all that, hung them on there, and in all the times that he tried this, the carbon fiber ones were breaking, and the PLA, just the regular PLA ones, they bend and deform, but they weren't
But
breaking.
hang on,
Yeah,
not so brittle.
yeah, yeah. So it was pretty interesting. So
And when you hear carbon fiber, you're thinking, that's going to be really, really strong.
yeah, yeah. So it was kind of weird. I don't know. Maybe he got a bad batch of them or something. Um, but he also so he had this high temp PLA stuff and regular PLA. And so he puts them on he did a couple different things with it too. He's putting them on the dash of his car with some coins in it, and just to see what happens with them. And the one like it looked like it was made out of TPU. It was all rubbery.
How soft.
Kind of seems like it deformed and shrank and all kinds of stuff. And where the high temp one, stayed pretty good. Uh, yeah, there you watch it. Oh, the one on the left is the regular PLA. That's the high temperature PLA there. So he couldn't get the coins out and stuff, and then he grabs them and just starts squeezing them, and the other one just starts deforming all over the place. So pretty crazy. But
That's pretty good, though.
still got to use the right stuff for the right purposes.
Well, yeah, PLA in hot vehicles don't work too well. You know that. Dave
Yeah.
knows that.
Yep. Yeah, he does. Uh,
But it's all
but
good.
there you go. Even the high temp PLA was breaking more so than the regular PLA. It was really strange. They were all. I mean, it's in that stress point there of that corner, but Um,
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm curious to know how he printed it. Did he print it flat?
Yeah, they were all planted on their side.
So right orientation.
Yeah, yeah. Uh,
So that's for ABS. I think ABS would do a lot better,
yeah, yeah,
or
probably.
ASA.
But it was interesting. He was just trying. I mean, he knew that something was either going to fail or deform, and just that the ones just kept on failing over and over again were pretty interesting. So good times. All right. Well, we'll keep moving then. We got the Mitsubishi makes. He's making a wooden 3D printer. So
When I saw this, it brought me back to the cupcakes.
yeah, or there was another one. Who did the other one that was wooden back in the day?
Um, MakerBot was it?
Yep,
No,
yep, that's it.
it was
Yeah, the
MakerBot.
MakerBot did a Cartesian one that was wooden back in the day.
Yeah, that was MakerBot was doing great, and then it went kind of like corporate, and they
Yeah,
locked everything up. And yeah, I remember that fiasco. Good stuff back in the day, though. What was it? Pretty much just had ABS to print with.
yep.
That
There's
was
some pretty cool design stuff to think about, like if you're wanting to make a custom 3D printer and stuff like that. These there are more and more of those companies that are going with like the full plates,
mhm.
top and bottom, that helps make everything more rigid. It's pretty sweet. So it's got some good thoughts and ideas for it. So I mean, this was he was testing out the Falcon 2 from Creality, and but that's why he decided to make this printer. But so there's going to be another one because he just made the frame in this one. But pretty cool, a fun project.
You know what reminds the way it's working. You know your X and your Y on this. It
Yeah,
reminds me a lot of the Ultimaker.
yeah. Oh yeah, pretty sweet. Would be fun. Also, Bob CNC actually did a 3D printer back in the day as well,
Yes, he did.
a wooden one. So I should look those up. Maybe I should make one and just make one.
Yeah, didn't he put the files available to the public?
Yeah.
Yeah,
All of his stuff is all open source now.
that is so cool. He did that
Yeah.
because that's actually how I met Bob was through the 3D printing side of him versus the CNC.
Okay.
And it's interesting how it all just fell into place. And
Yeah.
yep.
Yeah. So that's a pretty cool project. It'll be interesting to keep an eye on this and see how it performs. I mean, it's not going to be as great as a know bamboo printer, but it's a fun project. So
Yeah, he made it
yeah,
with his own hands. Yeah.
yeah, pretty sweet. So, cool deal. Speaking of bamboo, Maker's Muse, our next video that we're on, he's so Bamboo's been doing their anniversary sale, and evidently there's some big old scammers out there taking people's money, pretending to be Bamboo Lab. I sometimes you got to think, people, come on, like you're not going to get a P1S for like $300,
No,
unless
no.
it's off the marketplace. But Bamboo is not going to sell one of their flagship machines for no money. So, but if you click on some of these ads and stuff like that, they show up, because they're all over the place on Facebook. Which, to Bamboo's credit, they also don't really want them to be taken down. I wouldn't think, because it's still advertising for them, even though it's not going to their website when they are on there. But
No,
you're still
they're
seeing
getting paid
Bamboo
for the
do it,
spot. Yeah.
yeah. So, but it's pretty interesting. He shows what some of these like people they're making full websites to get people's money, but they and the websites and domains and all that are being bought like the day that the thing goes the sale goes live and stuff like that. It's pretty funny, but don't get scammed, people.
No. If
Don't
it
get
sounds too good, double check.
Yep. Yep. Just it's bamboolab.com. Go there to buy it, or whatever the company's name is. That's where you need to go. Don't go to
Bamboo3.com.
eat bamboo, Quebecer, or Panda Lunch, whatever it is. Go right to the right place and double check. Make sure that what you're seeing is real.
Very true. Because these spam sites or whatever you want to call them, they're looking really good.
Yeah.
One of the easiest ways I've found is just hover over links and see where it takes you.
Yeah. Well, there's we had Prime Days this week, and there was on the one site somebody was putting up about how they were able to get rolls of filament for and it looked like it was an Amazon site, and the roll of filament was $10 or something like that, and then it had a 40% off coupon. And it's like I'm like, what? Like that's not. They're not selling a roll of filament for $4 or $5.
No.
But I don't know. I tried to look around at it a little bit, but I didn't trust it enough to put my money in it because it wasn't through it. And when I tried to get the link to it to open up, it was not going to Amazon. It was going somewhere out of Amazon. So like, nope, not going to do that.
Definitely a no-go.
Yeah. So do not get scammed, people. All right, well, let's keep on moving here. We'll go to Brewing 3D. This is a new channel that we haven't talked about before. I guess he's a home brewer by his name of his channel. But he's got a really cool 3D printed label sticker thingy. And I didn't know that you could homebrew with cans. I thought it was only bottles, but I guess you can do cans too.
I've done bottles and kegs.
Okay.
But yeah, I've never done the can.
Evidently, you can do cans too.
That's cool.
Yeah. But
dude, if those blow up, that would be fun. Yeah, I found out the hard way. Luckily for me, I just blew the tops off my bottles.
Yeah.
I didn't let a batch ferment long enough. So I decided to finish fermenting in the can, and that's when you get your carbonation and stuff.
Okay.
But it kind of went overboard.
Whoops.
Blew every bottle cap off.
That's awesome.
I can. That would be interesting.
Yeah. But it was a pretty cool thing he designed it because it puts on like a full label all the way around the can and everything. I mean, I guess you could also take if you're doing weddings or something like that or some event.
Oh, personalized.
You could do off the shelf beer and just not have it cold when you go to put the stickers on it, so that the stickers will actually stick. That's
a neat idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, you could do wedding stickers on it and stuff like that. Get hammered with Jess and Jeremy. July 30, the Who's a What's It's. Jess and Jeremy Who's a What's It on July 31st. Yeah. But,
this is pretty slick.
Yeah. There's a nice callback for Steve. But it works pretty cool though. How it wraps around and everything, and then he'll he puts his rollers in there to put everything in the right spot, and then he drops the can right on there and rolls it, and it puts it perfectly right onto the can. He slips it right in its place there. Isn't that a cool little can, though? I mean,
Yeah, totally blank.
yeah.
Oh, the things you could do.
Yeah. It has an adjustment knob there to make sure it's centered. So I guess you could do different size cans. Um, let's see here. Oh, Jack in the Shop did a video on Milmage. Oh, we'll have to check that out. Uh, I had access to the early Milmage stuff, but I didn't get to really play with it too much. So, but evidently now it's out, and they've released it out there to everybody can mess with it. Check out look at the can though. So yeah, so it pops right on there. Look how perfect that goes on.
Like,
Yeah, that went on there just right. I mean, that'd be you could knock out 150 cans for somebody's wedding or something like that pretty quick, easy.
you could do other things too, not
Oh
just
yeah.
cans. You could do. First thing was candles, but
Oh yeah, I guess so.
anything round.
Yeah, had some pretty cool
That is
setup.
a cool setup. Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
I concur, sir. Is it available?
The videos for this, or I mean the parts for this.
Yeah.
I think they were. I don't
No,
remember where you could get them at though. I think probably from his website or something. I don't think that they were on. Were they on
yeah,
printables or
it's on
something?
printables. Yeah.
Oh,
Update below. Let's see. All possible inserts for the machine now available as a remix on printables.
oh, there you go.
And
That's
there's the
pretty sweet.
model.
Yeah, so he set that one out there and let anybody do it. So that's pretty cool.
Let's double check. Just this way, if anybody goes, there you go.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, that's pretty sweet.
And it's a free download.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm trying it.
Yeah, I mean, it would be like the 4x6 stickers on there or something, right?
I don't, you could probably, yeah, actually, you could do that.
That's kind of what it looks like.
Yeah, and those are the same as the UPS labels.
Yeah, be worth a try. Be pretty sweet.
You could have it roll right off of your label maker.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It'd only be black and white that way, but still, that'd be kind of cool.
Yeah.
You could have it no brand beer.
I'm thinking something else, but yeah.
Well, you would be thinking so.
There you go. All right. Now, I guess we'll move on then to
Okay.
Fortress Fine Woodworks. This was a pretty fun video. So there's a little bit of 3D printing in here. So I guess he got caught up in the fire tornadoes. He wanted to make a fire tornado. So a table, and so he 3D printed all the tubes for the tornado, and then he used this cast concrete to make the bowl itself. Well, the bowl doesn't go according to plan. The bowl literally explodes when he's like trying to do the thumbnail stuff.
Oh yeah.
The whole bowl inside there just exploded. It was. I don't. I mean, could he have not left the concrete long enough to fully dry it out or something?
I had way too much moisture in it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Way too much moisture still left.
But and, I mean, I don't know if that would have fixed anything if it was dry or not. I mean, maybe it still would have exploded, but yeah, pretty crazy.
I think you can get high temp concrete too.
Could be. I don't know. I mean, it was a really cool project though, but I mean, he got kind of lucky that he didn't get hurt when that thing exploded.
This is the one time that you can say it literally blew up in his face.
Yeah,
Yeah.
ruined a plate of spaghetti and everything.
That's a lot of work.
Yeah. I mean, the rest of it looks like it's still fine. So I mean, he probably can
Redo it.
use a better concrete on it.
I mean, the woodwork on it is.
Oh yeah, the woodworking is beautiful. Oh, pretty sweet. Very sweet. No, pretty cool though. I mean, it's worth a watch though, just to see the thing blow up on him. Yeah, there he goes. He's all right. Let's get in here. We'll do the thumbnail, and then we can put it out. And it's like, all right, here it goes. It was at this moment that I knew that I had effed up. That thing went. It sent parts everywhere. I think it even blew it blew a microphone like 30 feet away or something like that too.
Yeah, you found it on the ground.
Yeah. I don't think it was the one that he was wearing because he actually had one on his chest when it blew up. But
Look at the bottom of that thing.
yeah, it was torched. Yeah.
It's a good thing he's okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Didn't he just blow it on his girlfriend?
What was that?
Oh, when he took the fire extinguisher.
Oh yeah. She was standing like on the other side of it. No.
I mean, look at the woodwork though. That thing is just.
Yeah. He's like, "Oops, sorry." No.
Don't worry, I'll clean up the mess.
Yeah. But yeah, good video. Pretty cool looking table. Bad execution on the fire pit. So, all right. Well, we'll keep on moving here. We got Hatch Exhibits. This is a channel that we've never talked about before either, but it's pretty cool. I guess they're using some really cool 3D printer thing called the Massive. And it's like a big industrial 3D printer type of thing. But I guess they had worked with the group that did the 3D scans of a real DeLorean for Ready Player One. And so they already had the files and all that. So they were working with them for some event that they were doing or something. And so they were able to print out this DeLorean or half a DeLorean in a week. Like they were crushing it on this thing, and with all the details and all that stuff. Smaller parts they had on regular FDM machines, but the big parts they were doing off this big, massive machine.
And the really small parts are all resin.
Yeah, so pretty sweet. I mean, it turned out really cool looking. They did it so it's like a photo op. Now, Jack in the Shop must be nice to have a forklift. Yeah, I bet it would be nice to have a forklift. There's a difference, Jack. It's nice to have a forklift, and then it's nice to have a forklift that works. So you have to be more specific. A properly operating forklift is really nice to have.
One that stops.
Yeah. Yep.
So, they did a phenomenal job. I mean,
yeah.
Oh, nice.
There's a guy, I think he's in Vegas, if I'm not mistaken. I can't remember his name right offhand, but he actually builds DeLoreans, like movie accurate DeLoreans for people. And it so this one is really well done. Well, I mean, it should be because it's was a scan off of a real car. So, but they did a heck of a job with it. So people can come in from the side of it and sit down and get their picture.
Follow up. Yeah.
Stuff. Yeah. So,
I definitely would if I was able to get a photo op with that. Oh, in a heartbeat.
yeah, they even 3D printed the tires. I thought that was pretty cool.
Now, did they use TPU? I missed that.
No, I don't think so. They used that massive thing, whatever their big printer is.
Yeah, it just rides a little harder, Sean.
Ah, firmer material. Yeah.
Yeah,
Wagon days.
right.
So, pretty cool though.
It is.
All right, we got one more.
Uh-oh, I missed it.
Oh,
Okay, what is it?
it's the robot dog one.
Oh,
Ah,
There you
there we
go.
go.
I'm gonna massacre this dude's name. I'm just gonna call him Musa because I can't say his first name. I don't know how to pronounce that properly.
Ayed Musa.
Maybe that's
Yeah.
better than what I was gonna say. But this dude is smart to figure this stuff out with all the robotic stuff. So I guess he's made several of robot dogs, but this is his latest version, and he's pretty cool. So it's called a Kara, is what he named it, and so the joints are all done with like instead of gears, it's done with rope.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty sweet, and that's like part of what the Kara name stands for. It's whatever I forget what the name of that type of a joint is or movement. But it's pretty sweet.
And then wouldn't that the same like a tendon? You know, your tendon, like in your fingers and stuff. 'Cause
Yeah.
Same basics.
Yeah. You put
Googly
googly
eyes.
eyes on it. It's pretty sweet though, man. It moves around pretty good. The hard part for me would be I wouldn't want to remote control it. I would just want it to do whatever it wanted to do, like a real dog. You know?
Like AI it.
Yeah,
Integrate AI.
you tell it to go sit, and then it just goes and poops on your carpet or something. You know? No, I'm not
Here's a
gonna.
little filament for you.
Yeah. See, I do think he did miss a good opportunity in this video. He should have taken it to a dog park.
All right.
Yeah. But yeah, it's pretty. The motors are pretty cool. They're like these pancake motors, and
Kind of caught them. Let's see, where are they?
yeah, like all the engineering stuff that goes into this. I don't know what this guy does in his everyday life, but man, he's a smart dude, figuring this thing all out. And
Well,
it
that's
has it
the
all going
future.
off of a 24-volt drill battery.
Yeah.
It's wild. Pretty sweet.
Those are thin motors. Excuse me.
Yeah, they're really cool.
Yeah, it'd be torquey.
Yeah. You gotta. So maybe he can make it like even like jump high, like because he could make it hop. But I'd like to see him like be able to make that thing like leap, like like a Malinois does. Malinois are crazy dogs, but oh, pretty cool. Pretty cool. But yeah, good video. Definitely worth a watch on it. Yeah, he's like, "Oops, I broke something." He's talking about the different types of ways to make it walk and stuff like that. That was pretty cool.
As you can tell, I haven't seen this one yet, but I'm definitely going to sit back and watch this one.
Yeah. Yeah, at the end of the video is kind of the funniest part to me because he's like, as Boston Dynamics has taught us, don't be nice to it. So he goes and starts kicking it and punching it around, getting it to recorrect itself and stuff like that. Yeah. And it stays upright. Yeah.
I love the googly eyes, man.
Yeah, it's pretty funny. Yeah. Pretty funny. So, Jack, I don't know what kind of motors those are. Some sort of pancake motor. He says it in the video what they are. What type of? Yeah. Well, I'm sorry if you can't watch it, but you gotta. But yeah, he says what kind of motors they are, but I can't remember what they were called right offhand.
Yeah, I was hoping you'd have a link to
A
them,
link
but
to them.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, there is up above there talking about them messing with the robots. That's why he starts kicking it, nudging it around. Uh, Pretty funny. Yeah, just get over there. It's wild though how like you can train the robot to react to that stuff and be able to like correct and keep itself upright and stuff. It's pretty wild.
Gotta love technology nowadays.
Oh,
Yeah. Yep. Oh yeah.
So, hey, you know what? To the youngsters that sit back and say, well, back in the day, you didn't have this kind of technology. You want to know something? If it wasn't for us old farts creating it for you, you wouldn't have it,
You know
right?
it.
if it
You know
wasn't
it.
for our inquiring minds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, it's so cool. I can't wait to see what this next generation does.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll get back here to normal, and
Whoops.
yeah.
I'm not normal.
Well,
Where am I? Where am I? There I am.
well,
I like when Jack has to say AI is going to remember you kicking the robots.
yeah. Right. Yep. Steve says that they had that Radio Shack robot arm thing. Yeah,
Oh, little
that thing was all over the place back in the day. I never had one of those. I always wanted to get the robot that they said would be like a butler or whatever, but it was like a foot tall and wouldn't do anything. I'm so glad my parents never listened to me and bought that thing.
I don't. I think one of the coolest ones I had was that Traxxas. It was 6 wheels.
Oh
And
yeah,
then you'd measure out how far to go, and you'd program it. Go so this far forward, turn right, go this far. Yeah, those
yeah.
were fun.
Make it go through a obstacle course and all that good stuff. Yeah, pretty sweet.
It was like simple programming.
Yeah. Well, remember, everybody, we have a new end to the show, so make sure you're watching that part. But as we get to there, Mr. Sean, you got anything else for us this evening?
This evening, just be kind. Have a wonderful rest of the weekend. Come join me Wednesday. It's 10
There you
o'clock
go.
in the morning. Talk to some trains, have some coffee.
There you go.
Yes.
Yes, sir. What about you, Mr. Paul? You got anything else for us this evening?
Don't kick the dog.
Don't get
You'll remember.
That's all I got.
That's funny. What were you going to say, Sean?
Oh, it's all good.
Okay. I can imagine. I'm really holding in saying random things at this moment, too. Yeah. Good times. All right. Well, party people, I'll be back at the home base for next week's show. So thanks for joining me the last couple weeks down here on location. And next week, like I said, we'll be back up north and keeping at it. So we will see everybody next week. Thanks for hanging out. Till then, peace out, sauerkraut.